Yeah, welcome to Professor Neblo's show again, Point Blank. Do not allow Nigerians to miss Buhari. Buhari's government notoriously famous for everything that is negative and undesirable. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our president-elect, dare to be different. Talk of corruption in this present administration is unbridled. This is the era in which politicians and government appointees brazenly rob the citizens without any repercussion at all. This is the same era where government lies on pandemic to get donations from foreign donors. This is the same government whose officials steal palliative meant for the people who have been ravaged by COVID-19. They share it among themselves shamelessly. This is the first government where officials will turn to snakes and rodents to swallow billions. How ridiculous and ludicrous. The list is endless, talking of corruption. Let's just say Buhari's government, to say the least, is corruption personified. So I ask the question again, Tinubu, dare to be different? Talk of insecurity. Nigeria under Buhari became a haven for the world's most heartless and the deadliest terrorists ever. Terrorists annex, occupy, live and terrorize people in towns and in villages in the north without any fear of apprehension. They operate freely without fear of anybody arresting them. Terrorists converted into wives, the innocent children they captured in the previous administration. They live with them comfortably, yet Buhari refuses to rescue them. Terrorists turn many local governments into vassals where they impose taxes and levies on hapless citizens. Terrorists overpower armed forces of Nigeria. Or how do you explain a situation where the gangs control more sophisticated weapons than the soldiers? Under Buhari, the terrorists interact daily with government officials, yet they remain invisible and invincible to the Nigerian army. What a pity. The business of terrorism has remained a cash cow under Buhari, where government officials hobnob with bloodthirsty terrorists on a daily basis. Bandits, killer headers, kid or adult nappers are all unleashing mayhem on Nigerians under Buhari's watch. Hundreds are being killed and thousands are rendered homeless, yet Buhari callously looks the other way as if nothing is happening. So I ask again, Tinubu, dare to be different? We talk of ineptitude, legendary, because of all the presidents Nigeria has ever produced since independence, Buhari's ineptitude is second to none. He is administratively incompetent, and unlike an army general, he is strategically ignorant. These qualities are reflected even in the way he handles economic matters. Look at what he did with monetary policy, where a government of central bank just didn't know what to do in the middle of election, thereby inflicting untold hardship on Nigeria. His policies in these areas are essentially hit or miss. So, Tinubu, dare to be different? Talk of cluelessness, first of his kind. Buhari remains one of the worst managers of men Nigeria has ever produced. A leader who gives responsibility without supervision. See his monetary policy with Emefiele, for instance. You cannot put the blame on Emefiele squarely because you are the leader, you are the commander-in-chief, the boss stuck on your table. A rudderless and heartless leader without initiative. a leader who seems to revel in the sufferings of his people, a leader who puts a foot on critical national issues. See innocent Nigerians stranded in Sudan, for instance. All other nationals immediately have evacuated their own people. But Nigeria, we are still discussing, debating how to. We don't even have aircraft. Nothing is on ground. Are we waiting until those innocent people are killed? A commander-in-chief being dictated to by the bandits. An army general who cannot control his troops. A political leader who cannot discipline erring members. A head of government with reckless and wayward ministers. So, Tinubu, I ask again, dare to be different. Will your government be different from what we are talking about now, or is it one of the same? Talk of nepotism and clannishness. Buhari runs Nigeria like a family business. People thought that President Jonathan was nepotistic and clannish. President Buhari has only revealed that the former was only an apprentice when it comes to cluelessness and being clannish. Buhari delayed forming his cabinet for 6 months. He said he was searching for people he could trust. That's an evidence of somebody who did not prepare to govern, who just wanted to be in government by all means without knowing what to do with governance. Little did Nigerians know that the man was busy recruiting members of his extended family, religious sect, and village champions to drain Nigeria with him. He succeeded in appointing neophytes, religious bigots, and fanatics. He completely turns Nigeria into a private enterprise where uninformed family members make policy decisions on national issues they know nothing about. This can be seen from the quality of his ministers and aides. Because of consanguineal relationship and family nexus, any aides become recklessly incorrigible. Thus, no matter the gravity of offense, Buhari would rather allow Nigeria to continue to bleed than to relieve an incompetent minister. What a pity. So I ask again, Tinubu, dare to be different? Talk of irresponsible and irresponsive government. Buhari cares less about the plight of ordinary Nigerians. It is on record that President Buhari has never shown any empathy or concern about the plight of ordinary Nigeria. Despite his boastfulness during the campaign 8 years ago, he has refused to rescue the Chibok girls. Some have attributed this to the hatred he had for Christian folks in Nigeria. But some have even put the argument further by saying, no, this is sheer wickedness and callousness, since it is not likely that he will be this lethargic if members of his family were among the captives. And now, thousands of Nigerians are stranded in volatile Sudan, crying for help, crying for rescue. Nobody seems to be coming to their aid because our government is yet to decide what to do. While other countries have, within the incipient stage of the war, evacuated their citizens, Nigeria is still pussyfooting. Recall that Nigeria under Buhari abandoned its citizens in South Africa during the xenophobic hostility a few years ago. The same thing happened when the war with Ukraine started. Thank goodness, we still have some people with good heart. If not for the magnanimity and patriotic zeal of Chief Oyama, the owner of Airpeace, we would have been saying another thing today. So I ask again, President-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, dare to be different? You have to be different so that the problem of legitimacy, your government is likely to have, you would have proved those skeptics wrong, that you are capable of running Nigeria and taking Nigeria to the Eldorado. I remain Professor Nemblos. Thank you.